Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome to our first ever live stream. We're here streaming inside a real gold vault. It's actually the first gold vault of the Royal Dutch Bank. As you can see, it's discontinued right now. All right, it's discontinued right now. There's no gold left here, but since we're doing investments, we would like to have a presentation here. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Mike van Rijsingen. I'm the founder / CEO of DCIP. I'm here together with my developer Rick.
Yeah,
introduce yourself.
I'm Rick van Melis, and I am a developer for DCIP.
Dus de tweede vanaf links. Ja.
All right. So the goal of today is obviously our first live stream session. We had some hiccups, so our apologies for it. If you have any recommendations about the audio or the video, please let the crew know and they will fix it as soon as possible. It is our first ever live stream, so we might encounter some more hiccups, but that's not our planning. Well, let's start. DCIP. What is DCIP? For those who aren't yet in our Discords or in our Telegrams or haven't checked our website, DCIP is the Decentralized Community Investment Protocol. We're going to be the first ever fully decentralized investment fund, and you might have stumbled up on this via Instagram, via Twitter, or with our partners. Because if you don't know it yet, we have two partners joining today. The first will be Cryptomanen / Cryptomaniacs. It's a Dutch community. El Connector will join us to talk about DCIP. And as second guest, we have Fluz / SIA, Save Your Assets. June will join us and talk about DCIP. So let us introduce Chris from Cryptomanen as our first guest. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
So Chris, introduce yourself first.
Yes, I will. Which camera? My name is Chris, and I'm here on behalf of the Dutch Cryptomanen. First of all, I want to say that I'm really grateful that I have the chance to be here. Perhaps it's possible to explain a little bit about Dutch Cryptomanen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. Dutch Cryptomanen is in a Telegram group. It's originally a Dutch Telegram group founded by Cryptomaan. That's why it has this name. Actually, we had quite a big growth the last past months. And that's why we also recently created an international group which is called DC Global. Dutch Cryptomanen is a community which is for starting as advanced investors. And actually it's a community, everybody helps each other out. If there are problems or updates on PancakeSwap or wherever, you get all the help you needed. And actually that's also the success of the community.
Thank you for introducing Cryptomaniacs and Cryptomanen. We have received some questions from Cryptomanen, so maybe we can start with explaining those questions / answering those questions. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I can speak on behalf of Dutch Cryptomanen that we really like the products of DCIP.
Thank you.
We also see some comparison between our community and the projects or experiments, but that brings me to the first question.
All right.
I've written them down, so I'm sure I don't ask the wrong questions. What will the next step be to grow and attract new investors?
Yeah, well, the first step is obviously hosting events like this. This is our first ever event, but won't ever be our last. We plan to do every big release, every big accomplishment that we do, we plan to do live in a live session. I'm not sure if we always will choose this location, but we'll plan it live. We love to connect and interact with the audience, so that's why we always also choose to do it big.
Yeah.
And normal AMA sessions or normal live streams are most of the time behind the desk at your house or your basement or whatever. We want to stand out. We choose a professional setup. As you guys have seen with the first intro shot, we have built a studio here from scratch, and we will continue doing that.
On a perfect location.
On a perfect location in a real gold vault. In addition to that, we will continue with the regular marketing, Reddit, Telegram, Discord, etc. We also have Cointelegram planned. It was initially scheduled for our launch. But since the BSC chain is full of shitty projects, they wanted to postpone it and see our growth. They have followed the growth for the past month, and they're really excited and have given us a green light for an article. So more about will be posted soon. So we have sessions like this, regular channels, Cointelegraph. You might have noted that we also did a press release. We will continue with press releases. We will also attract ambassadors / influencers. We want to make sure that the people that promote our project or / product are people who believe in this product and not promote anything they get paid for.
Yes.
So
smart decision.
Yeah, we want to attract real ambassadors in that way.
Yeah. Sounds great.
All right.
So some good marketing coming up in the near future.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. We've had an AMA 1.5 months ago, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think on the day when DCIP went live, right?
I think it was on the pre-sale launch.
Yeah.
Maybe the private sale. No, it was on the pre-sale.
Yes.
Pre-sale launch.
Yes. Yeah. During that AMA, you called DCIP an experiment.
Yeah. Correct.
Maybe you already explained it that evening, but
I will explain it again.
Yeah.
For the people who didn't watch that AMA, and there were quite a lot of people because there were only 700 Telegram members in our channel. So I've called DCIP an experiment. And why did I call it an experiment? Because we don't have any comparison material. Like if you launch a meme token, you have plenty of comparison you can do. But if you launch a decentralized investment fund, you have literally none because we are the first. So we don't know how the market reacts on it. We don't know how the crypto investors will react to it. We don't know how the regular investment world will react to it. So that's why I call it an experiment. We don't have any comparison material. We are not sure how it will end up. Obviously, we're going to make this a big success. Otherwise, we wouldn't host sessions like this. No. We fully believe in our project and in our product. So we do everything to make this the biggest project ever, but we don't have any comparison material. So that's why I called it an experiment.
Okay. You still call it an experiment?
We don't have. We actually don't have finished our project yet. Our project is finished when we give everything back to the community, the full investments, full decision making, full day-to-day basis. At this moment, we are still in the early stage. We only have launched one part of our platform. That's the reflection tracker. But the main part / the biggest part will be the proposal / voting system for our investments.
Yeah.
If we hand those to the community and the community will self-sustain our project, then our project is finished and will no longer be an experiment.
Yeah, so I think it's important to summarize. We're not just messing around here. We do have a clear vision and we do believe in what we want to make. And we're going for that, so we're building the product. But as we build it, we want to get the community more and more involved, and as the community grows, we're hoping that we can give the community more and more responsibility so that in the end, this will truly be a decentralized community and not just us running the show.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So what you just explained is the moment that when the experiment is successful.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Okay, those were the questions from our community.
All right. I would like to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
We will head over to the next chapter, the next big thing. You can stay here if you want.
I will stay.
Yeah. We will invite June to come over. June is here from Fluz /SIA. She will tell you more about what Fluz/Save Your Assets is. So welcome, June.
Thanks so much for having me here, you guys. I'm thrilled to be able to be here, and congratulations on being verified officially on Fluz Trade.
Thank you, thank
We're
you.
super excited. I'll obviously dive more into about what that means. So, similar to DCIP, Saya started off as an experiment and a little bit of a joke between our CEO, Yamin. So a little bit about our team. Our team has previously been building N26, Klarna, Cookies, WeLab Hong Kong, and the meme is also on Forbes 30 Under 30. Our dev team's been together since 2014, so it's safe to say they've built their fair share of strong utilities that are used globally. So Levine's kind of wanting to tap into passion project, what was missing in the world, and he's really passionate about Can you just rewind a bit? Sorry.
No problem, no problem.
We're gonna keep it simple because, to be quite honest, everything that we have going on as an experiment sometimes starts is you start in one place and you start to see all of the issues that come about and what's needed and what's necessary. And when you have the resources and the tools to be able to build these things, and you do want to have a bigger impact than creating just a new product, you want to create these tools and resources. So Saya is the currency, Fluz is the utility.
All right.
To keep it simple.
All right. So thank you. Yeah, as you noticed, or maybe have noticed, we are live now on Fluz. So if I explain it in my words, and correct me if I'm wrong, Fluz is the newbie version of PancakeSwap. It's just buy, sell. You can easily buy and sell lots of tokens, lots of verified tokens, including DCIP. Without setting gas fees,
Essentially.
Limits,
That's
that kind of
so,
stuff. Yeah.
So our whole goal right now is to humanize crypto and empower the creator economy. So that's kind of like the other half of Sai being the currency, Fluz being the utility. So in humanizing crypto, any new person coming into crypto, when they have to go into PancakeSwap, it's incredibly cumbersome and difficult. You have to jump into Reddit forums, copy and paste, set the slippage. It's an absolute nightmare. I mean, me personally, before this, there was absolutely no way that I would be able to easily get into crypto. And that's quite unfortunate because anybody that I feel like is working in crypto, we're doing it because we want to be part of a new revolution. I mean, that's the whole point of DeFi.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally all we're trying to do here. So we've already done that. So we have successfully humanized crypto, and the first step of that was our Saya radar. And that was part of our experiment. It was a one-stop shop to be able to see your current data, how many holders we have. It basically eliminated BCS Scan, CoinGecko, all of the different sites that any crypto user has to check every single day to manage their portfolio. And within 2 months, we had 1.5 million events and over 70,000 unique users. So this was a very clear indication that there is still a long way to go in humanizing crypto.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of our starting point. And then after that, we're going to, so currently Fluz Trade is a wallet and an exchange for finance. So currently we are on BNB. That's going to be open up to being cross-chain hopefully soon, Ethereum hopefully soon, so many other things on the roadmap. But right now our biggest goal is improving accessibility for low cap tokens because there's so many projects on Binance that are just not reliable. It's kind of scary to see on the day-to-day basis in the market what some people are doing. So the fact that we can even sit down here today and have this conversation and say, hey, you are a real person, you're a developer, like Saya and Fluz, we're extremely transparent, as you guys are as well. And it's really amazing to be able to say that, like a verified person on Instagram or Twitter, we vetted your brand. Your project has been vetted. We see what you guys are doing. You guys have shown us all of the things that we require, and we can say, okay, yes, anyone using Fluz Trade, we've checked them, they're real people, this is a legit project. Of course the risk is still there, but it's not just like ho-hum, Sam and Jam threw this together one day, and we're going to dump your life savings into it and have no idea what's going to happen the next day. So that's why it's fantastic that we're here today, and that you guys get to be on our platform, because that just tells our users as well as yours that you guys are the real deal.
Yes.
That's great. Can I add something to that?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I think
Yeah,
that's
please.
great because the crypto can be quite hard to start in, and I think as a project, decentralized community investment protocol, we're trying to make crypto investments, but actually all investments as easy as possible for both starters but also advanced investors, and we're trying to get those together to make a great community from which people can also learn. And obviously an essential part of this is that people can also get DCIP easily and not only via PancakeSwap within a tutorial. And some of us have already learned how PancakeSwap works, but everything we can do to make that easier and better and safer for our users is something we want to do. So thank you for helping there.
Absolutely. I mean, I just think that it's up to people like us to set the standard and say, okay, well, we are in this new space that has many unknowns to it, but we shouldn't settle for less. And if we are trying to create something big, really raising that bar and saying, well, this is the expectation. And I feel like that's something that we're really strongly trying to do. And ideally, no one will use PCS anymore. And we're only going to be on Fluz Trade because it's so easy.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, I mean, the user interface is also a huge thing. Like, if all yours is branding, you guys obviously know that you'll have your name there, which is something that you would never have with PancakeSwap.
No, and thank you for that.
No, I love that. I'm so proud of that. I'm excited for you guys. It's fantastic to be here.
So maybe a good time to announce that we will have a campaign running on Fluz.
So this upcoming Thursday between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central European Time, we are running our favorite Double Up campaign. So within that time, anybody that trades on Fluz Trade, we have this beautiful little ticket at the end that says you've copped X amount of DCIP. You're going to take this, tag us on Twitter, retweet it, put it out into to the universe, and then if it's within that time frame, then we will pick 3 winners, and it will be doubled. So it will be matched, which is really, really fantastic. And there is no limit to it as well.
No. Any amount.
Actually, it's really funny that all 3 of us have the same goal,
Yeah.
but from another
Different
point of view,
perspective, yeah.
from a different perspective. Yeah, that's really funny. Nice.
Yeah, quite a coincidence, but
Yeah.
because we didn't think about that.
No, but I was just thinking
yeah.
about this when June was talking, and after that,
Yeah.
it's really funny.
Well, we have a quite mixed schedule, but we're going to announce something now. June has already announced that we are running a campaign. It will be live next Thursday between 8 and 10 p.m., right? Correct?
Yeah.
CAT, Central European Time. So keep that in mind if you are somewhere else in the world. We know that we have a lot of a Dutch base. I think 40 or 50% of our investors and holders are Dutch. But we also have lots of people all over the world. So between 8 and 10 p.m. CAT, we will have a campaign running on Fluz where you can double your investment. The only thing you have to do is screenshot your ticket and send it on Twitter and tag Fluz. All right, so I was going to make an announcement. I will make the announcement now. We have partnered, and that's also why we are here. We have partnered with an asset storage partner who has one of the safest vaults in Europe. We have stored our wallets there, our community wallet, our marketing wallet, and we have plans to store our future investments there, whether they are watches, art, whatever. We can even store cars, trucks, everything there. But we'll postpone that till the end of Q4 because our first scope will be the crypto investments due to rules and regulation and due to the simplicity of making crypto investments possible within a smart contract. So yeah, Rick, maybe we can look back on what we have built already. Maybe you can tell a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
We released 2 days ago the version 1 of our DApp for decentralized application.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell more from where we started and where we are now and what we will do in the coming weeks till this quarter has ended.
Yes. So DCIP itself, I think it started maybe even 5-6 years ago. You told me the idea was already there in your mind. but as you might explain later, it wasn't still the moment to launch it yet. DeFi wasn't there. The gas prices were too high in Ethereum, and now you found it the right moment to be. And so I think about 2 months ago we connected, and we started talking about DCIP, what it could be, and how we could realize it. And I think in 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 3, we started on the development of the private sale, the pre-sale, and Mike, maybe you've already been working quite a while longer on the roadmap, the product ideas itself, the designs, and so it was hard working up until the private sale and pre-sale and the launch of the token itself, but that went smoothly. And from then on we started developing on the overall depth. So we started working out Mike's vision, making designs with a UX and UI designer, which we've been sharing a little bit with you already. And the first part which we built was the reflection dashboard. I think 2 weeks ago approximately we already launched a few bits of it, where you could see your current holdings, the voting power your holdings give you, and also see a little bit of the total earnings that you have already amassed with DCIP, which is of course the reflection. So by just holding DCIP you get rewarded, because when other people sell their tokens, there's a text, as you can read on in the white paper, which has a small redistribution part, which is called reflection, and which is shared through the community and rewarded to all the holders. And this was viewable then in the dashboard, but what we've been working on for the past 2 weeks from then on was actually making a more detailed graph, displaying how much you've earned each month on the reflection, and also even until the details of how much you've earned each day, which is actually something I don't think I've ever seen before in another project, that you could see that up until the day itself. I did see some trying to do something like that, but it was just estimations, and obviously since we have a varying reflection, which could be if you sell within 24 hours higher than if you sell within or after 24 hours, those estimations don't work. So we wanted to give you guys the best reflection, the best view possible on your earnings, and therefore we've been working on making the reflection page, which you can see right now in our app. So if you don't know it yet, you best go look, and you'll find what it does.
At dcip.finance.
Yeah, definitely. It will hopefully show itself, and if you have any feedback, just let us know. But I think this is really important, because obviously it's an investment protocol, so tracking your earnings is going to be essential. And right now it shows the reflection then, but once our investments start, from there on you will also be able to see which investments have been made, and also which earnings you have made from those investments. The development went quite smooth, I think. There were some minor challenges, such as getting those detailed earnings to you required us to use special blockchain nodes, since they also need to support the history of the blockchain. And the Binance Smart Chain gathers about 2 terabytes of data a month. So that was challenging, finding a provider which could give us the information we needed for you within a few seconds when just loading the page. Well, enough said about that. Right now we're working on the next things, which is the proposal system, and also the investment system, reward distribution and reward allocation. We've got it, the blueprints almost finished, and we're going to share them soon with you, or at least parts, because we also want to discuss with you what we have thought of, and see if there are more ideas from the community which we can integrate. And for this we will soon launch a discourse forum, which will be I think the basis for future discussions of DCIP, where we hope to discuss product development and get ideas and feedback from the community, but also discuss the proposals, have the community discuss what could be the next great proposal, make tweaks to that, and perhaps other things. Yeah, so that's regarding development, and right now we're still on schedule for the roadmap which we have laid about this, which is have the first app finished for Q3, right, Mike?
Yeah, so we are still on track. Maybe running up front a little bit, but we will still have the fixed date at the end of Q3, beginning of Q4 for our decentralized application. So obviously we're really excited. BNB price is rising. We have already sitting 250 BNB for our first investment in our wallet for the community. Obviously we're gathering more and more DCIP from our taxation, which will be later also sold for the investment. So yeah, we are really hyped, waiting for our project to launch DCIP, because right now we are in an early stage, only the reflection is distributing at this moment. The investments aren't live yet, and the investments are our unique selling point / our core business. So we are working hard to launch it as soon as possible. What's the time?
9:40.
9:40. Maybe we should start with the first questions from our community. Were there already some questions, or okay. Well, let's. What differentiates DCIP from a more established token like SafeMoon by Shizukani? Well, obviously, SafeMoon is SafeMoon is one of the biggest BSC projects. So I get the comparison, but what SafeMoon actually does is basically nothing, only rewarding reflection. They're building a blockchain right now. They're building lots of fancy things, and they can facilitate that because they have tons of transactions, and part of the transactions directly flow back to their marketing and development budget. So they have tons of money to develop cool things right now. But the essential use case of SafeMoon was nothing but deflationary reflection token. So what differentiates us from SafeMoon and other I will call them meme tokens, is that we actually have a real use case. Instead of just auto-rewarding some random token, we will invest those tokens with the community and share them with the community, and also share the investments with the community. The investments will be made by the community. So we have a whole project / experiment, like Chris called, which is ran by the community, and which we all profit from if we do it correctly. And if we don't do it correctly, then there's no harm for yourself, because the loss will be fully for the fund. So TLDR, if you didn't read or didn't listen, what differentiates us, we have a real use case, we do something real, we are not a meme, we are not a shitcoin, we have a real utility behind our token.
Yeah, and what we might be able to add also is that we're not just trying to make small investments possible here. We're trying to get everyone together. So again, the starting investor, but also the more advanced investors, but also by creating a community, trying to unlock more investment options and potential than when you would just invest individually. See it like a bigger company doing investments, maybe even a hedge fund doing investments. They will be able to invest in special options behind closed doors, and that is also what we're trying to create here with DCIP. When we grow, more doors are going to unlock, and we're hoping to get some good investments from there on.
Yeah, exactly. So another question by Nitlab. I will pronounce the name because I'm not sure if I will pronounce it correctly. By Nitlab, are there any burns planned in the near future? Well, maybe good to mention, we are a community-led project. We have burned half of our supply at launch. and the rest of the supply is in the hands of the community. We have some DEF tokens reserved, it's 5.5%, but apart from that there will be no additional burns. The only burns that will happen are through our taxation model, and the burns will vary if you sell within 24 hours or after 24 hours, but the burns on the taxation are the only burns that happen. If you want to transfer your tokens to, let's say, a ledger, will you have to pay the tax as well? Yes, you have to pay the tax on all transactions. The only transactions excluded are from the pre-sale or the private sale contract to your wallet, because we don't know if you're doing an over-the-counter trade. You can say that you will move to your ledger, or you can say I will move to my father or to your uncle or whatever, but we can't actually check if you're doing an over-the-counter trade. So all transactions, whether they are to your ledger or to another wallet or maybe to your uncle or nephew, father, all transactions are taxed.
Even Fluz.
Even Fluz, yeah. Even transactional Fluz.
There's always fees everywhere. No matter what. No, you can't avoid them.
Another question by NeedLab. Do you have any talks with exchanges where you want to be listed? I think you should start easy with Bitfavo, as you are Dutch guys from what I heard. Yeah, correct, we are Dutch guys, but exchanges aren't our priorities. Exchanges like Bitfavo and other exchanges are quite hard to reach, require a hefty amount of listing fees, which we rather spend on some other marketing or on external development, but not on exchanges. The exchange that we can list on at this moment, and you guys might have encountered as well, are just spammers with shady exchanges offering us listings on their exchange. But one, we will have to trust them with our token, because we have to deposit the amount of tokens there for the liquidity. Two, we have to pay them a quite amount of listing fee, between 5,000 and let's say 30,000 depending on the exchange. And three, you guys have to trust them with your coins. Since there are quite shady exchanges, that wouldn't be our top priority. I don't think we will ever be listed on those exchanges. We aimed for recognition by Binance, of course, so our priority is not to be listed on other exchanges. PancakeSwap is the main trading place. Fluz is now the second where you can buy. We'll take over PancakeSwap soon, I've heard. But no, Fluz and PancakeSwap will be the only place where you can buy or sell DCIP right now. Well, maybe that's a good bridge. Acquiring DCIP and selling DCIP is quite hard, especially for beginning investors. As we mentioned before, we want to make it as easy as possible. So you might have already seen this in our Telegram. For new members, we're working on a direct Fiat gateway, so that you can easily buy and sell DCIP with a SEPA transfer or whatever comes between in that. We're still talking with the banking partner behind the scenes. They're a fully licensed bank in Estonia, so that we'll make sure that we comply with our rules and regulations here in Europe, in the UK, Middle Eastern, Asia, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think also in the US, but I will get back on that. I don't have a clear overview in my head in which countries they support and which countries they don't support. But what I do know is that they can offer us a full solution of Fiat integration, and that's something we are talking about right now. We want to make it possible for you guys, so it will be easier to buy and sell DCIP. And on the other hand, they also have a debit card. So yeah, what would be nicer than spending your rewards of the investments with your debit card directly in the real world. So that's things that we are working on right now. We don't have any ETA. Hopefully this year, maybe next year, but we aim to launch it by the end of quarter 4. But apart from that, I can't give any information like that about that. We have to go to the due diligence check of Visa and MasterCard. It will take lots of times. So yeah, keep subscribed. Yeah, keep checking our channels, and we will tell you more about the development about that. Are there in the meanwhile other questions from our community?
May I quickly pop in?
Yeah.
So hopefully soon you'll actually be able to buy DCIP through Fluz with Apple Pay and Fiat as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're actually we're super close to being able to do that. So hopefully soon, but that's definitely something that is also critical to humanizing crypto. So
Wonderful.
All right, nice,
hopefully
nice.
soon. I'm not gonna get in trouble by the dev team for saying that. Hopefully, I'm like soon.
There are rumors about Fluz integrating. All right, we have heard it first here. So yeah, let's check out Fluz, guys.
But soon in crypto is the same as when Lambo, right?
Oh no! To be honest, I feel like our soons are relatively
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
tangible.
Yeah.
Our soons are relatively tangible, and when they do say that, it will actually be
Yeah.
soon. But no, yes, when Lambo.
Are there plans to reduce the tax in the future to attract day traders? I don't think that's possible, right? Because it's
Yeah, it is. It wouldn't be easy. It wouldn't be a small change, but of course everything is possible. We could do a contract migration and see how we could make that as easy as possible. I'm not sure if we would want to do such things because, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong here, Mike, but I think the part of DCIP is not making day trading of DCIP itself a thing.
No.
Although the tax we would get from the day trading might be interesting. The thing what we want from DCIP is more of a stable token, or at least a stable growing token with which we can make investments.
yeah, exactly. So apart from that, it's technically quite hard because most likely we have to fork our contract, right?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not our plan to attract day traders. We would like to invite all bots to participate in DCIP, especially within the 24 hours, so that it get taxed extra heavily. But no, there's no plan to attract other day traders or whatever. So no, there are no plans to reduce the tax at this moment.
But yeah, who knows in the future? I mean, like we said, we're building DCIP here for the community. So we have plans, we have a vision. We're building it for you guys right now. But once it's done, and if we feel like the community is big enough to take over, maybe assisted by us still, we would look into how it's feasible. Yeah, the community will be able to make proposals, and if there's someone that also can enact on those proposals or something, let's say you propose a smart contract, then such things could always be possible if, of course, the majority of the DCIP community would want that to be so.
Yeah. What other questions? Okay.
They're really coming in hot now.
Yeah.
Is it an idea that I read them for you, Mike, and that you answer them?
Which one? Oh, Jasper. I think I have two questions. So, where is Jasper? Or maybe you can comment on that. That he's a bit camera shy.
Yeah, no, so Jasper's at home. I mean, I don't think there's room for three in this table.
No.
Yeah, Jasper's resting at home, just getting fit for tomorrow so he can work on building the app as efficiently as possible.
All right, and
Thank you.
we also had I understand that exchanges are not a priority, but it does provide exposure. Yeah, that's 100% correct. But like mentioned, the only exchange that will add us, or especially in this stage, because we are still in an early stage, we haven't delivered our MVP, we haven't delivered our working product yet. So the only exchange that would list us are the shady exchanges that have spam bots which spam to all token holders. And I'm going to mention them directly, like Big One Exchange. I think I get 50 messages from them a day. So Big One Exchange, we don't want your exchange. Please stop spamming. But only exchanges like Big One and other shady exchanges want to list us at this moment. And of course, if we can reach an agreement with Bitfavo or Lightbit or any other Dutch provider, we are more than happy to take it. But right now, it's not our priority because listing is not free, and nothing in this world is free. And we rather spend it on making a good product and a working product. And after that, we can always choose and pick which partner we would like. But I've heard from an unknown source that Fluz will integrate Fiat gateway. So the problem is solved in that way. So
we want to use an exchange if you can just directly, right? I mean, I could tell anyone, even my grandma, hey, grandma, if she knows her internet banking, then she will be able to buy DCIP.
Not only that, you'll be able to send it to your grandma, so you can send to friends, swap with friends.
Exactly.
It's just like Apple Pay, but shoot, there you go. There's your DCIP.
Yeah, and who knows? As we grow bigger, we can always still look into those exchanges, and likely even some exchanges with good credit and which are liable will actually approach us if we want to list on them.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just not the time for that.
No. So maybe to come back at that, there will be a small issue because we're running on the Binance chain. Binance is one of the biggest exchanges. So there will be a possibility that we are in the future that you can see it with other tokens on the BSC chain. They are not available on all well-known exchanges. Only a few select of them list other competitor tokens in that way. So I think it's time for the last question. Is there a last question?
What I'll somewhat add regarding that, if the Binance Smart Chain is an issue, of course we have launched right now on the Binance Smart Chain since it is currently most suited to our needs, but we are not dependent upon the chain. So especially when maybe even Ethereum 2.0 comes out and the transaction fees get lower, DCIP can be developed even more. So we can always migrate to better suiting blockchains there. In the end, there's nothing stopping us from building a better version of DCIP, where everybody just grows together with us.
Yeah, that's maybe a good thing to emphasize. Right now we're on the BSC chain, but if you see, we have already looked in some better evolved projects like Hedera or maybe even Solana. We can migrate in the future to other chains / other protocols. So we won't be forever dependent on the BNB / BSC chain.
Yes.
Time for the last question. I think then we're going to wrap up.
All right. What do you think will happen when the first investments are made? How do you picture this yourself?
Yeah, well, that's that's a real open question. I don't know. We're not sure what's going to happen. Obviously, people will be happy that the first investment has been made, but apart from that, I don't know if you're speaking about what it will do with the chart or with the price. yeah, I don't give any comments about that. It might have a good impact, it might have a bad impact. It's just how the market plays out. But what it will do is prove that we have actually built our project and have kept our word on being the first decentralized investment fund / protocol, and that only will give you a confirmation that we will did it, that we have done it, and that we will continue with it. So do you have something to comment about it? But
Yeah. So no one will know what happens when you invest. Even experienced investors don't for sure know. It's always a risk management game.
Yeah.
So regarding the investment itself, I don't even know what we're going to invest in, so I can't do any predictions on that. But I can tell you what I am hoping for, and that is that we are or will connect the new traders with more experienced traders and get a knowledge community growing there, and we'll also be helping on that part, because we're launching the forum. We'll be putting templates on there, giving advice on how to do proper research on investments, how you can make a good proposal for an investment. So what we're really hoping for is that the possibility of those investments, when they are possible on our platform, is that people will start learning from it, and that learning will also in the end result in good investments occurring with DCIP. And maybe even in the beginning we will also be working to help on those good investments, because Mike's already also been talking behind doors with some parties who are interested in offering us some closed door options, which are quite interesting. I don't think we can tell anything about those yet, but yeah,
sure?
we will. No, but so we will be there ourselves, helping the community, making suggestions, but also trying to stimulate learning and good proposals and good discussions. So that's what we're hoping for, and hoping that will in the end give us good investments.
Or maybe it's good to mention that you will be rewarded if your proposal is being approved by the community. Because, like I mentioned in before, nothing in the world is free. So you're not going to spend your valuable time wasting 10 and 20s of hours on a proposal that might have been cancelled by a community. So what we're going to make, actually making right now, is a rewarding system if your proposal gets approved. We can't tell any details about it yet, how the rewards work, or if it is a percentage or a fixed fee. But we want to attract people with real knowledge, people who do it as a daytime job, like investment bankers, other investment partners, brokers, for example, people with real knowledge about it. They will put in work. The community can learn from it. Like Rick mentioned, and like the other partners mentioned, we want to connect less experienced crypto people with the most advanced and most expert people in crypto investments. We want to do that also with the investment world. So good to mention that you will be rewarded if your proposal gets approved. So there's an extra incentive for you to make a good proposal. So you will get rewarded if you are a token holder. You will get your share of the investment. But if you are the proposer or the proposee, you also get an extra bonus.
Yep. Yeah. So we're going to do everything we can do to make sure that the community knowledge will be there and that people will want to share the knowledge.
Yeah.
And we want to boost that, and that could be in a reward, such as indeed when your proposal gets approved. But we're also going to explore other options and see if there's more good incentives which won't be abused that we can offer to the community to drive that growth.
Exactly. I see it's time. We're going to wrap up. So I want to thank Chris and June for being here.
Thank you very much, you guys.
I've had a nice time. Thank you also to giving us stage.
Yeah, of course. And you guys will hear from us. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you soon.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.